being able to create moments where you are paying attention, not to your thoughts, not to your feelings, not just to what's happening around you, but to a couple of details of what is around you, and that you take a moment to commit it to memory. And by doing that, you're creating something entirely different about your engagement with your life and time. So imagine that you are going really fast, you're really busy, you're on the road traveling, you're having to navigate a million different emails and texts and things to do and tasks and errands to run, and you're running around just so much that you have to just kind of constantly glean things. And when we do that, we're not really understanding or learning ourselves or the world around us. We're skimming, kind of as if we were reading a book. We're kind of trying to grasp the subject and the moral of the story, but we're not allowing ourselves to go deep enough into it, to absorb it, to learn it, to experience it, and to have that story transform us. If you can imagine right now that everything is your path, every thought, every feeling. If you look around you, everything around you, whatever your relationship is with everything around you and every experience you're having, this is your path. This is what life or the divine is bringing to you and has brought to you in order to give you the highest and best environment to grow in. And in order to give you all the tools, experiences, and things that you need in order to grow and learn. And when we do that, the world becomes far more interesting when we're not just looking to respond to our voices of pain, which are deprivation or fear, fear of rejection, fear of betrayal, fear of not having enough. And all of these voices create barriers to us being able to experience what the divine is bringing to us. And we're fighting our experiences. We're trying to control our life experience and our time and the people that we're connected to and how they're behaving. Imagine bringing this idea of stopping, giving yourself a few seconds to truly commit something to memory. With that practice, once we really commit to it, we can expand it and bring not just our attention and committing something to memory to that moment, but we can bring our appreciation to that moment. We can bring our gratitude to that moment. We can bring a deeper sense of curiosity to that moment. We can open our heart to that moment, and you can see how valuable this experience would be, or this practice would be, in so many situations, in the situations of our partners, our lovers, our family members, our coworkers, that instead of being kind of almost hyper focused on ourselves and our busyness, that we stop just for a few seconds to recognize the person in front of us, not from a perspective of what can they do for us, who are they to us, how are they making us feel, but simply to commit them to memory, starting out, simply to witness them. If you can't start out with people, just start out with things around, a sound, a smell, a color. Now, when you do the practice for a while, imagine just really observing that person, that conversation, that hand, that arm, that touch. And when you do this, time expands. We suddenly move into a space where we're building experiences and a world that is rich and filled with experiential transformation that becomes a part of our daily lives instead of something we're trying to seek and grab for. And it happens not because we're desperate for some attention, acknowledgement, desperate for an experience that we feel we deserve and aren't getting, but it's happening because we've landed in our lives, in our bodies, and in this world. Thank you all for being here. I am so happy and honored to be spending this time with you and exploring spirituality, healing, and transformation with you in this way.